So the benefits of the Futurabond Universal is that it works with both direct and indirect dentistry. So whether you're doing your standard composites or you're doing your crown and bridge or post and core buildups, it works. Because it's unidose only, you're never going to have to worry about evaporation, contamination, and you're always going to have fresh chemistry, which is key. But that dual cure chemistry is built in. Many of the other universals might have a additional dual cure applicator or a separate bottle or a drop you have to add. This is already built in. So whether you have a light accessible or an area that you can partially get light to, or you want a full dark chemical cure, it works in all those scenarios. Has a very low film thickness, and that's really critical with canals, especially if anything accidentally starts to cure. If you have a thicker film thickness, indirect restorations like crowns may not seat the same way. Fairly fast to work, but most importantly, it is truly universal. It can bond to all these substrates. Now, each of these substrates have to be treated differently, and again, that's a topic for a different webinar, but it truly can get a universal bond, and it does this through this tensidic monomer. Basically, if you want to think about what that means, a tensidic monomer is one that will reduce surface tension and flow into all the topography, the details. If you look at a sandblasted crown under a microscope or dentinal tubules under a microscope, you'll see that it's a very irregular pattern. Something that is not tensidic will be the opposite, like for example, waxing a car, and when it rains, you'll see the droplets of wax pool up and not want to flow onto the car. Think about a tensidic monomer as something that does exactly the opposite of that. It wants to fully integrate with the substrate that it comes into contact with. And the nice thing is it works in all modes. So whether you're using a self-etching mode only or a total etching mode, which was not an option with a lot of the 6th generation products, or a selective etch, which is what I basically do when I have an enamel involved, this works in all of those modes.